All right, welcome into Setting the Edge. This week it is week 15. We are heading into the playoffs, the last stretch of the regular season. Fantasy football playoffs are starting, and we are continuing our competition. I'm going to throw the standings up here in just a second. As we always do, we are competing against each other, picking 5 games each week, NFL against the spread. Let me make this a little bit bigger so we can actually see. And all right, so standing so far right now, still in first place is our go to Moreno Andy, dancing, doing all the crazy shit. But you may notice at the top, this was the worst week of the season for the leader. He thankfully benefits from the competition. We drop our lowest week. This 1-4 that he had in week 14 was dropped. Therefore, it didn't actually hurt him as much as it should have. He dropped that. Now he's at his lowest week, or it counted a 2 for 3 that he had waved off before. So he's at 40-25, still doing very well, even though he had that.
I didn't benefit from that. Y'all that got 0-5 weeks benefited from that. Let's keep it a buck. I haven't gone 0-5.
That's true, because your worst week is 1-4.
Precisely.
Ray is tied right now with Major at 38-26-1. Ray went 2-3 last week. Major went 4-1, so closed the gap on Ray. There has been times over the last few weeks where Ray has passed Andy live during the week, but Andy does somehow, finish, at some point during the week. He does.
I closed out the week ahead. Yes, I finished the game winning. Correct.
But as we have talked about in our group chat, Andy is he's like turning the third turn in a race, and he's pulled his hammy, and everyone is flying down. And I'm not going to make that comment, Ray. I know I said that earlier, but he's a wounded animal right now. He is trying to get to the finish line as quickly as possible. But we still have a few weeks left, and we continue this into the playoffs. So this will continue all the way through the Super Bowl. And then right below them, we have a little bit of a gap, but I am at 33-32. And Tony is at 32-33. So we're basically neck and neck, 1 game difference. We both went 4-1 last week. So the bottom, Major, me, and Tony, all 4-1 last week. Very good week for all of us. We're going to jump right in. 5 games against the spread. Let me get the screen cleared off here. So you guys...
Was that like the Collinsworth slide right there? He jumped in.
We jumped right in, big dog. I'm ready to...
All right, we have our lines up here. We use these in our competition. They are frozen. They are not going to change. So you may see that they are not exactly what the consensus line would be. Whether you go to Hard Rock, whether you go to DraftKings, FanDuel, wherever your local book is, but these are the lines we are going to use so that we are all on the same page. And we are going to start with our leader, with the Bet the House special. His pick of the week. You are the leader. I don't know where you're leading us, but you are the leader.
Well, that turned me on a little bit, boy. Ooh, I'm ready. Ready to go. I'm going to start y'all off with the Bet the House special. And I gotta give props where it's due. This Bet the House special is dedicated to my boy Ray. We gonna make some mega banger bucks on the Commanders minus 7.5 on the road. In the big dome, the big yellow dome in the beautiful state of Louisiana. Oh. These Saints ain't got nothing for Jalen Daniels. They ain't got nothing for Brian Robinson Jr. They cannot stop that offense. That defensive line is going to eat up the 5th string quarterback they got back there. I think they got the punter throwing the football. Olave, I think he's on his 3rd concussion protocol. Maybe Kendra Miller will get a touchdown. I don't know. I just know this 7.59 is juicy, off the bone, crispy. I love it. We're going to make some real money here, guys. Real money. And again, thanks to my boy Ray for selling on the Saints. He knows what he's doing. Listen to that man.
Ray?
Yeah. Well, I mean, duh. I mean, Derek Carr decided to be Taysom Hill and try to – no, I'm sorry. He tried to be Saquon Barkley and hurdle somebody. And then not only does he fracture his non-throwing hand, but he face plants and ends up in concussion protocol. Like, he's making fun of Olave. Olave's fixing to get off of concussion protocol. Derek Carr going to take his place. But, I mean, I know this offense quite well. I don't care about the defense, none of that nonsense. We don't have any type of defensive line that can put pressure on Jaden Daniels for anything. There's no Taysom Hill. Nothing else matters. Like, that was what made the engine for the Saints offense go. It didn't matter who the quarterback was, Taysom Hill. And in games without Taysom Hill, the closest, and what was the games without Taysom Hill and Derek Carr not being quarterback, the closest margin of victory for the Saints was 18.
Coño.
That was the best. That was the closest that the Saints were able to get. So now you're telling me that their defense has to stop consistently one of the best offenses in the NFL and try and put up points when they could barely put up 14 against the lowly New York Football Giants?
Insane.
Dog, get out my face. Sean, do you remember when you laddered the Lions? Yeah. As high as you can take this. Take this. You will make money. I don't understand what is it? Ravens minus 14.5 from at the Giants. It should be mirroring each other. It's ridiculous. Saints. I'm
They're in
sorry.
the Super
Commanders.
Dome.
7.5, man. Get out my face.
They're in the Caesars Dome, man.
It's not yellow either.
What?
You're thinking about the one in Vegas.
Yeah, I was like, that joint. You said that. I was like, it's not yellow.
Aren't the Saints yellow and black?
Black and gold.
What color is the Caesars Dome? Orange?
It's like a big, like, tan building. Like, it's tan.
Well,
It's
with all the
thick.
proceeds we're gonna be making off of this bet,
Yeah, we paint
we
that
just
joint
gonna
gold.
paint
We
that
won't-
shit,
Come
bro.
on, baby, let's do it.
Tony, are you joining in on the fun? All right, I'm on it. I got 3 of us.
Let's
Almost
go.
group together on this. I'm on Washington minus 7.5. Ray has been talking about this all week, and while 7.5, you like the 7, I don't think it comes into play. I think Washington pounds them, so I'm gonna go Washington minus 7.5. Tony, what is your bet the house special since you're not joining us on that play?
All right. My highly developed, meticulously researched, detailed analysis bet the house special. Panthers 2.5. The Cowboys suck.
This boy put his money on Bryce Young.
I'm putting my money on Bryce Young. The Cowboys suck. And more importantly than the Cowboys suck, they gave up. They gave up. Most of the defense is giving up. There's still some guys playing for stats. They care about what's going on out there because they need their money and they need their contract and they need everything to work out and stay healthy. When that starts happening, you're giving up long runs. You're giving up big passes over the middle. 2.5 at home. There's enough there for them to cover that line. That team's done. Stick a fork in them.
Put down the moonshine, country boy.
It's wine, baby.
Is anybody else on this game?
Come on, Ray.
I scratched it out.
I want to. Yeah, it was probably my 6th pick. I just, what worries me is this has to be the first time they've been favored since, like, I don't know, Jake Delhomme was their quarterback.
Yeah, at least.
This is like Cam Newton was their quarterback the last time they were favored. That's crazy. And
Jeff Garcia played for the Panthers?
Yeah, right. Yeah, I just don't. I think that I agree with what you're saying. Cowboys are dumb, but I just wonder what they're going to look like. But they have been competitive. They competed with the Chiefs. They beat the Saints in that crazy game the one week. Like, that kind of started the downfall. It saved Ray from exile the demons.
They didn't beat we tore that was after that was we tore them a new one and then we started losing games.
Wait,
you sure did.
We lost to Tony and the Eagles. That's who.
When you lost to the Panthers. That's what knocked me out of
Oh,
Survivor.
sorry, I thought you were talking about the Cowboys. I was like,
no. You beat the hell out of them. Yeah, I was talking about the Panthers.
Sorry.
All right, let's. If nobody's on that game or on either side of that, I don't think anybody's taking Dallas. It doesn't sound like. Everybody's got one in. Let me look really quick. I got Major's picks here. Major's not on that game either. All right, let's go to Ray's second pick.
All right, I did not, for some reason, take this line, and I should have taken this line. I've done this all season, and there's a guy in Tennessee that puts mayonnaise in his coffee, and they are playing the absolute best quarterback in the NFL. I don't care what his record says right now. That man is cooking, And I do mean he is cooking. I don't care about the fourth quarter in the last game. No, Joe Burrow is in fact cooking. You get the ball to Jamar Chase and good things are going to happen. I don't care about the Tennessee Titans. They are bad. They are ugly. They are sorry. And you could give me 22. You could give me 55, and I would still have faith in the Bengals for this one. So -5 is perfectly fine with me.
Anybody
Bengals.
else on this game?
Yep, I'm right there. The only thing they have, and Tony Pollard deserves a lot of credit because I think going out to Tennessee was a huge risk, and he proved that he's still a guy and he can still play, and he shows up every week. But that is all they have, and he is not a down and out back. So 5 sounds very good to me too. I got him.
I'm also on it. Major's also on it. This is an anti-mayonnaise show. We do not support Will Levis. And so I won't put any pressure on you, Andy, but that would mean that all 5 of us would be on Cincinnati if you are on him. So I will let you tell me if you are, and if not, just give us your second pick.
I'm running with the third best quarterback in the NFL. I'm running with Burrow. I got that.
Finally, family pick.
Easy money. Easy money. Easy money. Now, instead of a lone wolf, we're a wolf pack. Let's all house together. 3, 2. Oh.
Apologies to Joe Burrow. He just got robbed. We just robbed the Bengals because there's no way in hell that we all Apologies. Who is it? Is it Taskmaster? Is that the guy he's a Bengals fan, right? There's somebody that's a Bengals fan that's a Heat fan.
No. Tyler.
Miser.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Apologies. Task is ours, and he's Canadian.
I apologize because we just fucked up the Bengals. There's no way that we're all on this in this win. So bet the house if you know anything about our show on the Tennessee Titans, Will Levis MVP push, like Kyler Murray last year. Let's go to let's see. Everybody got I got 2 also. Everybody's got 2. Let me get my third. I don't think I've given one of my own yet. I'm gonna go with Kansas City Chiefs -4.5 at Cleveland. I know Kansas City continually gets lucky, but I feel like this is a weird week and a half for them because they play and then they play again coming up on Christmas. Like there's going to be this short turnaround type thing coming up. I think that they take care of business here, and then the next 2 games they play. I think it's Saturday and then whatever day Christmas is. There's like a weird turnaround for them. Yeah, it's a Wednesday, so it's like they play like 2 games in 5 days. Obviously doesn't affect this game going into Cleveland. You have the weird variance of Winston. I mean, all of us kind of know that. Like, he could beat them and throw for 400, 500 yards. He could also throw 5 interceptions. And we know that, you just don't know what you're going to get. So I'm going to roll with the Chiefs, and hopefully they can cover that touchdown, win by 7. Anybody else on this game?
Yeah, I'm there too. Media coverage of Winston has gotten too happy and too nice. When we have camera crews on this man following him back to his house after games, that's when you know a loss is incoming. We're going to go ahead and say 2 interceptions. I like that as well. But, yeah, Chiefs. What's the line on the game? 4.5?
4.5. Major is also on the Chiefs -4.5. Anybody else on Chiefs Browns?
No.
All right. Let's go back up the list. Let's go to Ray this time. Ray and Andy only have 2, so let's go Ray first.
All right. I saw this tweet a long time ago, and it was one of the funniest things I had ever seen.
You saw
Hey,
that.
We're not talking about fucking Jimmy Butler on this, all right? I've seen it all day long. We're not talking about Jimmy. We're not talking about Shams. I don't give a fuck what kind of sources you guys have. I don't care what your opinions are. I don't care if you think the front office is cooked. This is a football show. Go.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, they talk about what it looks like when a really good running back comes to town against a team in late December and they've given up. And boys and girls, it is time for that to happen because one Derrick Henry is going to play the New York Football Giants.
Oh, my God.
On a cold December day when the whole team is giving up. And let me tell you, Tony, I know your boy Saquon. He's trying to catch the record. But Derrick Henry might catch him in 3 runs, okay? This is going to be some foolish nonsense on Derrick Henry's part. I don't even care Lamar Jackson might run for the exact same amount of yards either. 14.5. Yes. Hand it over. I don't care. Give it to me. Ravens minus 14.5 versus the New York Football Giants.
I thought the minus 14.5 was over under on Derrick Henry's points scored alone. That's nasty.
Anybody else on that game? That's got to be I feel like that's the biggest spread of the season. I don't remember anything bigger than that.
I thought that there was a 16 at one point, but I don't remember.
Yeah, there was a Panthers game that was like
yeah.
a lot of points. A lot of points.
Anybody else on this game?
No, it's too many points. I agree with Ray, but it's a little risky, and I'm trying to keep my lead, man. Yo, you know what I can do? I could just match Ray's picks the rest of the year, and I'll never lose.
That's true. You could game it.
Well, Sean, I'll make sure to text you later on after the show and change like 3 of my picks.
Oh, that's insane, bro. You can't do that to the viewers. That's actually against the rules.
That's like, Andy, remember when I changed your pick a few years ago?
I do remember. I think it was the Titans. I picked the Titans or the Bengals. It was one of those two.
He tried to do that shit to me earlier this year. He tried to give me the Titans. I was like, huh? Me? No.
You're the last person to pick the Titans, bro.
I had to go get a video of it and be like, no, here is me. I will be damned.
He got me on the community notes like Shams. He said, nope. Wait, say that. He said that.
What's crazy is the community note basically says, this motherfucker lying.
Andy, give us your third pick.
Man, I'm gonna tell you something, man. The Dolphins, they're not gonna beat really, really good football teams. And I can finally admit that the Packers are a good football team because Major's not here. Especially not on the road, man. That's insane, especially not in like 4-degree weather. However, the weather's on our side because we're gonna be in Houston and we're in a dome, baby. Climate control.
Yellow.
Climate control. Open up the airways. The penguins coming. The cheetahs are coming at your ass, boy. Dolphins plus 2.5 is the line. I love that. Texans, they're not all that. They got a decent QB. They got a good running back. Laramie Tunzel, I love you. Thank you for giving me all the beautiful players you gave me on this football team, even though we're underperforming, man. However, we're in sync. We're back on track. We got swag. We're clutch. No way. We're not even going to lose this game. Forget the points. We're not losing this game because we're going to break Dolphin fans' hearts in Week 18. So this is too early to break our hearts. So it's a W.
Speaking of hearts, it really touches my heart that Major is also on this pick with you. You guys united.
Wow.
Dolphins.
See, man, I didn't know that, and I still gave his team a compliment. I hope he's watching. I love you, Big Daddy Major. Not because he's my daddy, but he is a daddy. Just clarify that right there.
That is true. Anybody else on Dolphins Texans? Me neither. All right. Looks like, let's see. Everybody, I believe, has given 3 picks. So let's go to. Let me share. Actually, no. Let's go to Tony. I was going to share Majors, but I'll go to Tony first.
Risk it for the biscuit pick of the week, which will be next year's segment sponsored by. All right.
Papa.
I got to legitimately pick. This is part of the season where you got to start picking winners. You got to pick guys you think are going to come out of this and take that spot. I think
you haven't been doing that this whole season?
No, because we've been bullshitting 95% of this season. The only thing I've known for sure is that Tennessee Titans are bad. I'm going to go with the Broncos being the best bet team in football. I'm just going to keep hitting that every single week. I hate the inconsistency of the Colts. I think they're better in every skill position. I think as a team, I like the way they're constructed better, but they don't put it together week in, week out. And Anthony Richardson is a plight to me and who I am as a person. So we're gonna go with those boys, with the Bo Nix and them boys out in Denver. Because I actually legitimately like that team. They're a fun team to watch. Every one of their games are competitive. It's good football every time I flip them on.
Shut up.
It's a solid squad, but 4.5 is very risky. I wouldn't suggest him. That's a lot of points. I'm just trying to get ahead in this competition.
Anybody else on that game?
Man, fuck the Broncos. Why are they so fucking good this year? The Dolphins should be in that last playoff spot. What's wrong with this Bo Nix motherfucker? He played football for like 7 years in college, and now he wants to ball out in the NFL. That never happens. These old quarterbacks never are good in the NFL. The last one that was good was like Warren Moon. Didn't he go to like the Navy? Like, damn.
It's that Percocet popping motherfucker with the big sheet. That's why I said shut up, Tony.
That's fucked up, man. That we should have that playoff spot already, man. Fuck.
Maybe if Tua would have slid.
Yo, maybe if you shut your man.
Say it in Spanish, it's okay.
Cállate la puta boca, Seren. Coño.
No, that sounded like anime. That was
Bro, don't pendejo my dumb ass, man. I'm Caribbean. Whole ass motherfucker.
Ray, give me your next pick.
All right, man. That little 40-some-odd point performance was something special from the Bills. I applaud such an effort. I don't know how you lost to the damn Rams, but it was 42 points, solid. Now you finna run up on the big dogs of the NFC, and I like the Lions a lot. This is my Super Bowl pick, like right here. These are the ones. Major is on the Green Bay Packers. You already know, Andre. I still might have to come to Miami now.
I'm telling you.
The hypothetical still exists. You're going to lose the hypothetical now.
Last Commanders, nah, boy. Jalen McDaniels here. He's here to stay, boy.
Yeah, he is. But this is Sonic and Knuckles time. And it is, in fact, Sonic and Knuckles time. So give me the Lions -2.5. I don't really care at this point. I'm probably going to take them the rest of the season and just live the results of it. That is one of the better football teams I've seen in my lifetime. They're really fun. They play defense. They can run the ball. They can pass the ball. They get special teams play. They just kind of do everything. I love Dan Campbell. I love Aaron Glenn. Obviously, they're ex-Saints guys for me. So they kind of have a special place in my heart in a weird way. I keep calling them, or I used to call them Saints North, but now obviously we are Lions South. But either way, Lions -2.5 versus the Bills. I don't care about no Josh Allen MVP candidacy. This is the Lions' time.
Anybody else on that? It's probably the game of the week.
Game of the week for sure.
Tony, what do you got?
I'm not on that one. You want my fifth?
Oh, I thought you gave me this. No.
I'm sorry. I was reading. Where is it? Danny Amendola first reception over 6.5, and I was in my head. I was going, yeah.
Danny Amendola who?
Oh, you're reading the background?
I'm reading the background. Sorry.
I read what was it? Marshawn Lynch for like attempts or some shit like that. I was reading it earlier too.
I have the other side of it. I'm taking the Bills with the points.
Oh, that's crazy.
I think both teams very good. Obviously, Detroit's at home. You're not going to have any weather in play. I think it's going to be a very good game. I'm taking the points just because if it was the opposite way, if it was Buffalo at home, I would take the Lions with the points. I would love to have 3 instead of 2.5, but I just think I'll gamble and see if the Bills win. Obviously, I take it down. If it's close, hopefully it doesn't come down to a field goal and I lose by the hook. But it should be a great game. 4:30 game on that one. And nobody else.
Why is that not prime time?
I mean, 4:30 is technically like their
Seahawks on prime time.
Yeah.
No, that's probably like that's either the CBS, like that's the Fox game, like the Fox game of the week that starts at a little bit later than everything else.
Yeah. Let's see here. I've given 4. Tony's given 4. Major's given 3. Ray 4. Andy, give your 4th.
Oh, it's easy money. Eagles at home against the Steelers. Steelers have been the fraud of the year. They're the frauds of the year. Their team is not that good. They're just well coached. Their quarterback's not making big mistakes. What is wrong with Eagles minus? What's wrong with this thing, dog? Even the Eagles fans
cut, eject.
No, I think you guys are trying to play mind games with me. I'm taking Jalen Hurts. He's gonna put a hurting on the Steelers at home, bro. This is one of the biggest rivalry games of the year, man. To take over Pennsylvania, everybody wants to be the king of the pencil. Let's go Eagles.
Pennsylvania already fucked things up a couple months ago, so might as well just fuck it all up again.
Yes, they did.
And also, Andy, the good thing is that, Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown and the coach's popularity, I think everything right now is just aligning. It's just really good for the Eagles.
Okay, but I want to know why the Eagles fan don't like them.
You know that they've won 9 games in a row?
Bro, what? The record is like 10-3 or something, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they've won 9 in a row. I think
they started off the year bad. I thought they were going to be bad again. And then suddenly they had like 9 wins. I'm like, whoa.
Oh, what? Good constructed teams are good? Oh.
They have won 9 in a row. Only team.
Okay, Tony, Mr. Good Constructed Team, why are y'all going to lose to the Steelers?
We're not going to lose to the Steelers. We're going to beat them by 1.
Bro, what the hell?
I wouldn't have realized either. To Ray's point, the Lions have won 11 in a row.
God damn.
The Lions, and they're beating the shit out of teams too.
Yeah.
Like that's the creepy part about it. Like Oh, by the way, like all of this and this, it's because no Steelers +5. You tripping?
Bro, that's a weird ass number, dog.
That's exactly why.
So I'm on this.
27-21, man. 6 points.
Steelers +5 is my last pick. So might as well get that out there. They just compete with teams every single week. That defense is legit gets. The Steelers continue to find guys to put on the edge. I don't know how they do it. Some kind of magic mumbo jumbo that's going on in the Steel City. They just have edge rushers every single year I look up, and they have diva wide receivers every single year I look up. So
smoke demons.
Yeah, crazy, man.
Smoke demons.
I think that they cover this line. Like it's a 1 or 2 point game.
Yeah, like if this is like what 14-17, nothing. I'm not surprised at all.
21-27, bro.
Weird number. Like it doesn't. Bill Simmons, they call it the Vegas zone. Like it's a weird. Like you usually have like 3s and 4s are key numbers. Then it's up to like 6.5, 7, 7.5. What is 5? There's no relevance to it. So I do think there is something weird about that. Ray, was that one of your official picks?
Oh yeah, I'm spider trapping with that.
Well, I'm taking a big lead this week, boys. Let's go.
Okay, so Tony's done, Ray's done. Let me give my last one. We'll close out with Andy, and then I'll give Major's last 2 if those are not already picked by somebody else. So my last one is the Chargers -2.5. Chargers play against the Bucks. I like Baker Mayfield, but I do like the Chargers better. They run the ball. They play good defense. They are just a good team. I just think they're well coached. They play well, and I think the Bucks defense is going to struggle against the Chargers the way that they run the ball, and I think the Chargers cover that 2.5 pretty easily at home. Tony, Andy, I apologize. What is your last pick?
Where'd the country boy go, man?
He said
his wife
he said he put in his picks and he said
she called him in. She called him into the game.
He wanted to get to the stage show to hear what Ethan has to say about the news today. If there's anything that's breaking about the Jimmy Butler non-news.
Yo, Kuminga, Moody, 3 firsts, and whatever salary you got thrown there.
Aggregate it. He's winning the setting the edge competition. He knows.
I know, man. I'm telling you.
All right, what's your
fifth pick? Damn, bro, that Cardinals line looks delicious, bro. I'm not gonna take it.
Curveball.
I'm not gonna take that, man.
Gets me every time.
I'm gonna tell you what. Yo, the Jets are favored by 3.5. Niners -2.5 at home.
What in the fuck?
Niners are not a bad football team, guys. They're pretty good. They're pretty freaking good. The Rams, they scored a lot on the Bills defense. Who doesn't? Oh, Dolphins don't. Besides them, I like the Niners. Their name, their colors, the coach, like they have pedigree. They should win by 3. Yeah.
Thursday night football, big game for both teams. I think both teams, it's essentially an elimination game when it comes down to the playoffs potentially. But I don't even know if either of them could make it potentially. They might lose out with the division. So, excuse me. Let's see. Everybody's got 5 majors. 2 picks that were not shared by anybody else were, of course, he took the Packers -2.5. He also took the Tampa Bay Bucks +2.5. So he's on the other side of the game that I took. Packers, that game is -2.5 against the Seahawks on the road in Seattle. Tough place to play. And Seattle's playing pretty good football right now. So those are the 5 picks. You can use those that we picked. We are in our competition against each other. Take those lines, take those picks, go to your local sports book, go to Hard Rock, go to DraftKings, go to FanDuel, go to wherever you place your bets and put those lines in. We are we're all winning. We're all up, except for Tony, I guess, is 1 game below 500. But we'll make you some money this week. Make sure you check out 5 Reasons Sports for all your Heat content, gambling content, prize picks content all the time. Also covering the whole Jimmy trauma. Dolphins finishing their season up. Hurricanes didn't make the playoffs. But we'll have you covered. Heat play tomorrow night, right? Raptors?
Yep.
That's an easy dub.
Didn't make the cut. We got a game. Get a dub. And we'll see you guys for spaces and all those different things tomorrow. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Andy, Tony, Ray, Major. And we will see you next time.